Wow, greetings to you all viewers. It is good once again. It's a privilege to be on here. I hope you are enjoying the weather. Well, if you live in London, the weather has been beautiful. It's good to be on here. This is Pastor Floris Lyman, and you are here on my live chat, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. Well, what an amazing evening we have tonight, and a topic that most of us don't want to talk about. But just before I get there, please just be informed that we are live on Facebook, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman, and also on YouTube. The video will be on Instagram later after the show. So please do us a favor by sharing this, invite others to this program tonight, invite ladies, husbands, invite your wives, your sisters, your aunties, your nieces, because as long as you're a woman, you're going to get to this point one day. You might have questions to ask, you might have some anxieties, you might have some worries, so many things. But if you know now knowledge is power, it will be a good thing for you to actually just put your mind at ease, because then you understand how you can work and how you can manage your body. So, as you can see, a title for this program is Who Stole My Body? Who Stole My Body? Oh wow, Who Stole My Body? Tonight I have an amazing sister, an amazing lady by the name of Yinka Omishore. I hope I got it right. I hope I got it right. As you can see, she looks all nice and fit on that flyer. I met this beautiful lady at one of our ladies conferences, and then I discover some of the things that she's passionate about and some of the things that she does. And I thought, you know what, on this platform, I like to bring something just to make us aware. I like to talk about things that are not necessarily common. This platform is unique to certain things. So, just to encourage for as many of us on here tonight, maybe as a woman, you're struggling with your health and fitness, or you're struggling, as you're getting past 40, you're going to 50. Some of us are experiencing premenopause, some of us are already in the menopause. So much is going on with our bodies. But we have Lady Yinka here today to take us through. Like I said, knowledge is power. You might not need it now, but you might need it tomorrow. So what we are saying here tonight is going to be so fruitful for a lot of us. So I just want to describe this wonderful lady. Yinka is a professional health educator. Yinka is a professional health educator and experienced fitness and nutrition coach. She is the co-founder of Juicy Fit, a healthy lifestyle company based in Bedfordshire, UK, providing lifestyle solutions to women over the age of 35 through health education, exercise, juicing, healthy menopause, plus other healthy lifestyle workshops which she does. We are provided online and in person. Juicy Fit has empowered and supported individuals from different parts of the country with their fitness and health goals. Now, Lady Yinka holds early morning online live fitness classes. She has been in the healthy lifestyle arena for over 15 years. Oh, yes. Previously a health columnist for a London church magazine, Yinka is also a trained clinical nutritionist, juicing therapist, menopause and fitness coach. Did you hear me say menopause and fitness coach? Yinka is a mother and a reader in her spare time. You heard me repeat myself. Menopause. How many people can relate to that right now? How many? Let's not be ashamed, ladies. This is why we are here, to talk about this thing, to put our minds at rest. Because many of us, it looks like our body has been stolen from us. It looks like it's just a case that is there. Anyway, I'm not wasting any of our time. I just want to welcome um Lady Yinka to us all. Please say hi um to your viewers.
Good evening, Pastor Flo, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for the invite. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to have you too. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Like I was saying, I was stressing on that word men. No, men. No, for women we say men, and for men we say papa pause. So, is there anything I left out from the introduction? Was there anything I left out?
I think
You want
yeah,
I
when I
hit
when
it
I hear
very
that
right.
being read out, I'm always wondering who are they talking about. So I you haven't left
Oh,
anything out.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for making time out. I know you have a busy schedule and you made time just to be here. So thank you so much. Well, without further ado, I'm just going straight to our questions because I know that our viewers have questions. They have questions. Viewers, please feel free to make your contributions in the comment box, and dear sister will endeavor to answer your questions. If you need any further questions, you have to contact her after the show, where we will come to that. So, first thing I want to ask, how did this title come about? Who stole your body? It's like somebody will be asking, how can somebody steal somebody's body?
Well, a title came about because I thought about the many symptoms that women go through in menopause. And, as young ladies going through puberty, we're educated about menstruation. And if we're blessed enough to be pregnant, we're educated about pregnancy. And then we get to this stage of life and you don't know what's going on. One minute you're fine sleeping, and the next is you'll have disturbed sleep. You're putting on weight in areas that you're not, around the abdomen. You're finding like your skin is losing elasticity. And it just seems like, and even with anxiety, panic attacks, some of these things just suddenly come up on us. And it's like, what is going on? I
Hmm.
mean, I know of people, and even for myself personally, that you go to the doctor, you're describing some of these symptoms, and you get prescribed antibiotics. I'm not sorry, not antibiotics, antidepressants, which in some cases can work, but because then we don't, they ask us, oh, nobody, no, in fact, nobody did ask for me if I was in menopause. So it was
Hmm.
a case of, all right, you're feeling depressed, and we think you should have some antidepressants. So this is why I of course, feeling the way I felt. I thought, all right, and I know other people that are having some even having worse symptoms, and I thought there's got to be an answer. And from my previous job, I used to do health checks for over 40s. And one of the common things or common complaints was the fact that women, they just find like, oh, I'm exercising so much, but I can't shift the weight. And some
Hmm.
people say, by the time I'm done exercise and coming back, I am so tired. Exercise is meant to energize, not make you feel tired.
Yep.
So all of those, got me thinking, and like I always say, I just went down the rabbit hole to find out why, and hence the title "Who Stole My Body?" Because a lot of things are going on when women are passing through, transitioning through menopause. It feels like somebody is stealing your body. It
Hmm.
feels because your body is no longer your own. You don't function like you used to. So yeah. So a thief came in the middle of the night who's called menopause to take with the body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, for the benefit of our viewers, and even some, because sometimes some people say, "Oh, this menopause thing," some people go through it at a younger age, but
Yeah.
actually, some people have no clue. Even as a young lady coming up, maybe you are approaching your 30s,
Mm,
or even if you're in your late 20s,
mm.
it's something that is advisable for you to know now, not for you to worry about it, but for
Yeah.
you to have the knowledge about it so that when you start experiencing it, you
Hmm.
can connect the dot, you can dot the lines easily.
Yeah.
So, for the benefit of our viewers, or for some people who have just not bothered to check, and they might even be experiencing this right now. What
Yeah.
is menopause? How can you define menopause?
Okay. So menopause, you define menopause as a cessation or the stop of a woman's menstrual cycle or an ovulation. So you're not getting any periods anymore, and it's technically is a 12 months without any period. Then you're in officially in menopause, and then onto postmenopause. So long and short of it, menopause is the stop of the monthly cycle.
Hmm. Oh wow, wow. Thank you so much. So the stop of the monthly cycle. What are the signs and symptoms of menopause? Somebody might want to say, okay, what does it mean? What are the signs? I know there are many, but what are the signs? What are some? Yeah.
Well, there are loads of signs of menopause, and there's over 90 different symptoms of menopause, but there are about 34 common symptoms that most women go through.
Wow.
So there, yeah. So, I mean, if you want to group them, you would say we have the physical symptoms, we have the psychological symptoms, we have the digestive symptom, we have the nervous symptom, and we have what you call the vasomotor symptoms, which includes things like your hot flushes and your night sweats. So the physical aspect will also include things like your weight gain, vagina dryness, which a lot of people don't talk about, but women go through that in menopause. Dizziness can also happen in menopause as well. With digestive issues, you have bloating, so women have constipation. Oral symptoms can also include things like funny. Well, I wouldn't say funny, but it's a strange kind of symptom. I think you're having burning tongue, gum problems. Even your body odor can also change in menopause. And sometimes women can have what we used to call what we call electric shock. So that can also happen in menopause.
Oh
With
my God.
you've been transferring electricity, have you?
Oh my days.
And tingling, like tingling in the extremities, in the hands, in the feet as well. These are some of the symptoms that we get, transitioning to menopause.
I am being delivered. I am
Amen.
being delivered right now.
Yeah. And the heart palpitation as well. I mean, personally, I remember having some heart palpitation. I'm thinking, oh, this is the end. know, am I dying? But
Wow.
that's the symptoms of menopause that women get. However, saying that, if you're unsure, and even if you're sure, it's always good to to seek medical advice.
Wow. You know what? I've experienced, I'm not ashamed to say, I can boldly say, viewers, I'm over 40s, in
Mm-hmm.
my late 40s, and
Mm-hmm.
I can boldly say that I have experienced some of the things that Lady Inka has just mentioned. And the reason why we are saying this, some of us women, we don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
suffering. You've
Yeah.
not even gone to your GP to discuss your symptoms. You're suffering. Knowledge is power. Even the scripture says, for those of us who are believers, it says, my people are doomed. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. You're
Yeah.
suffering in that situation because we have refused to seek knowledge, at least
Mm,
gain an understanding. Then we know from what angle we are going to even go to our GP.
that's
You're
right.
talking
Yeah.
about tingling, Lady Inka. I've experienced tingling. I've
Mm,
experienced the palpitation with. I'm like, but they've checked my blood pressure. They've checked this. Nothing is,
mm,
I've had so many things that you mentioned. One of the things you did mention was the cardiovascular, and I've had challenges for the
mm,
past
mm,
2 years with
mm.
things like that. They've checked my veins in my feet. They
Yeah.
say nothing is wrong.
Yeah.
Then you have some tingling and some pains. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. If you know about some of these things, your mind will just be at rest because,
That's
I
right.
encourage myself that there is going to be ways to manage it. And also, it is a
Mhm.
stage that we
Mm.
have to go through and it's going to pass over,
That's
just
right.
like the Passover, So if anybody on here is experiencing any of these symptoms, palpitation, tingling, the electric shock, oh my goodness. That's why I'm saying my mind is at rest right now. Oh my days. Thank you, Lady Benice. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Right. Like you
Wow.
said, knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. When we know and we understand, then when we get to this stage, we're not shocked. Like the title say, "Who stole my body?" Okay, right. At least then you
It's
know who stole your body. You know what to do about it. There's and the reason,
exactly so. I
yeah,
felt like my body was not mine.
yes. A lot of women say that, you just feel you suddenly get to this stage of life and it's like, what is going on? And especially when you don't know what is going on, you can panic. You're afraid. But when you do know, so this is and it's also good now that in the media there's more talk about menopause, there's more talk about HRT, and there are other things that we can do apart from HRT or alongside with HRT to help
Just
us
hold
manage
on.
this. Okay.
Just hold on. I'm glad you mentioned that there is lots of talk, and
Mm,
we are, because like I said, it feels like it's a stigma. There's a
yeah,
stigma attached to it.
yeah,
It's like some women don't want to say, they feel like, oh, men will not want them. Those looking for a relationship, a man will not want them. Some women
mm,
feel low self-esteem and all of those things, that their
yeah.
husbands reject them when they are going through men. But actually, if your husbands and your partners are educated
That's
about
right.
this, it might help,
Mm-hmm,
you know.
mm-hmm,
Wow.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Just before we come there, I wanted to ask, what are some of the stages? Does it just happen? What are the stages
Okay.
in menopause?
So, like I gave the definition of menopause, the cessation of your monthly period and ovulation. Now, menopause is there are three stages of menopause. In fact, there are four. So there's a pre-menopause, which is the first, puberty, first menstruation. But since we're talking about menopause, we're going to concentrate on the three stages of menopause. So the first one being the perimenopause, where your period becomes quite irregular. 1 month you could have it, and then you can have no periods for a couple of months. Sometimes it comes, it's heavy, other time it comes, it's quite light. So that's perimenopause. And many of the symptoms that women tend to have, and especially with the intensity of the symptoms, tends to be higher during perimenopause. And I'll come to the reason why. The second stage is menopause. Usually, everything concerning menopause, we use that term menopause, menopause. But menopause itself, it's a 1 day affair, really, because when you haven't had a period for 12 months, they say you're in menopause. So the day after that is you're in postmenopause for the rest of life. So postmenopause, like I just defined, is 12 months no period, then you're officially in postmenopause. Although sometimes, some women do have period after the 12 months. So some people judge it and say, okay, give it 24 months. But most of the time it's 12 months and women don't get their periods anymore. The average global age of going into menopause, the stop of the menstruation, is 51. So those are the stages of menopause, right? So many of the symptoms that we have in menopause, our body is been designed to for survival and also to be in balance all the time. So when our reproductive hormones tend to decline or decrease in menopause, one being the estrogen, which most people know of when we're talking about menopause, and we have progesterone and testosterone as well. So, because the brain is the center of pretty much is connected very much to our endocrine system, which is our system that is responsible for the hormonal reproduction. So, when we're going through perimenopause, there's a decline in estrogen and progesterone. So the brain senses that there's a decline. What it does, because it's trying to maintain balance, is signals to a part of the brain to release what is known as a GnRH hormone, which is like a master hormone that tends to go to work to and release another two hormone. I'm not going to start calling all the names,
Wow.
which tends to
Wow.
signal to the ovaries, because our ovaries are responsible for the production of estrogen, and say,
Wow.
listen, we're low on estrogen, the body needs more. Can you get on with the production? So that's the this regulation, so to speak, of our hormonal system, which tends to send out, we get all these chaotic, the symptoms that we get because the body is trying to maintain balance. But like you said, these two, all the symptoms, these two shall pass over. So what we want to do while we're transitioning to menopause is to manage those symptoms so they don't manage us. And,
Wow.
you know, I
It,
mean,
you,
or even, sorry, go on.
you just moved on to my next question so smoothly. It's like is
Okay.
you know your thing.
Ah,
Yes, yes.
managing our
Just
symptoms.
before we get to the management, what is the duration? What is, because I know everybody's body is different.
Different. Yes.
Some
Yes.
people go through it for 3 years. Some people it's just 1 year and they say, "Oh, it's finished. I don't experience anything anymore." And some people it feels like it's just prolonging.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
what's the
So when
duration
you you're asking what is the duration, you're talking about the duration of the symptoms, how long they
of
last for.
this? Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So, like you said, we're all different. Some women, even this infamous hot flush is a nice sweat. Some women don't have it at all. Some women don't put on weight at all. So yes, we're all different. So in how long it goes on for, it varies from individuals, right? So perimenopause, like I said, is that time, like you're transitioning into menopause, is the time where the symptoms are quite intense, because this is like something new to the body, and the body is trying to maintain balance. So the symptoms quite intense. However, as we're getting on, as we're getting into menopause itself and into postmenopause, the symptoms, the intensity of the symptoms tends to decrease. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. So how long it lasts for varies, between individuals.
Oh wow, fantastic, fantastic. So then we're gonna move now to the stages. What will the stages? What are the management? How well can we manage this?
Right. So managing menopause, I'm coming from a lifestyle angle now, which whether you're on HRT or you're not, we can all do with some, lifestyle strategies to help us to manage menopause. So one of the fundamental thing is managing stress, because as women, we have a lot going on for us. There's family demand, there's work demand, there's even our own personal demand on ourselves. And menopause itself, I mean, I say it's a stressful event already. So if we're stressed with all this demand on our time, on our person, this tends to also bring a disability in the body. So I don't know, you talk about the hormone which is usually responsible when we're going through a stressful situation, is cortisol. So when cortisol is high, we're almost always on that um, fight or flight mode. So the body, as I said, is always trying to maintain balance. So when cortisol, which is always high, when you're stressed, when you have that, it also affect the secretion of our calming hormone like progesterone. So when you're going through menopause, yes, one menopause is stressful itself, and then you're having stress in your life as well. So that's two things that's already draining your hormones, especially the calming one, progesterone. So what we want to do is to manage our stress. So find strategies to manage our stress, practice mindfulness, be in the moment, delegating duties. We don't we yes, we're super women, but this stage of life, we need some pampering. We need to let go of something so that we can manage our stress, and in so doing, we're able to manage our menopausal symptoms even better.
Exactly.
So stress is that, stress management is definitely, I would say, my first key point. Now the second one is sleep, making sure we're getting adequate sleep.
Hmm.
I've personally, I used to be ashamed to go to bed early, but I find, you go to bed early, you wake up early, you get enough good sleep, you're able to perform better, properly, and be more productive the next day. you
Hmm.
know I'm sure listeners and yourself and myself, you find that days that when you don't get enough sleep, the next
Hmm.
day is almost like a blur, because you're not functioning the way you should. So
Yep.
if we have strategies in place to help us to get to sleep on time, getting good sleep, even so things like practical things like, having a cool shower, having some water, not too close to bedtime, having the windows, or having the window open a bit so you get some fresh air in. All of these things can help us to to get to sleep and have a good sleep. Getting away all those technology, no TV, no TV in the bedroom. That's one of the things I go by, because what happens is, because of the lights from all these gadgets that we have, they disturb our sleep hormone, so people find it difficult to sleep. And see, when you're not sleeping, because we repair in sleep as adults, when we're not sleeping, we're not repairing. So there's no restoration going on when we're not getting adequate amount of sleep or rest at night. I know people do shift work, and maybe nurses or drivers and whatever, whatever we do. But whenever you need to sleep, making sure the room is conducive, you make sure it's dark, there are no lights, so your body knows, it's time for bed. So these are two things that we could do, as in today, start implementing today, to start reaping the reward of a more gentle or easier, so to speak, if there's that word for menopause. And the other lifestyle strategies as well that we can incorporate: getting exercise. It's not, when we hear exercise, don't automatically think the gym. No, there are other things we can do. Going for walks, that's an exercise on its own. And I like walks, because I always say it's 3 in 1, especially when you go on a nice, sunny day. It's not too hot. You're getting that sunshine, your vitamin D on your skin, and then you're also getting fresh air and the exercise. I mean, you can't beat that. And it's free. So exercise is another one we can do. Making sure we're drinking enough water. I mean, you ask most people, we're like, yeah, I drink enough water. But yeah, how much water do you drink? So I'm not saying, drink like, 4 5 cups at a go, because that will also tax our kidney. But making sure we're drinking enough water within in between the meals. So that's where the body is getting the hydration it needs, because we are, as much as we are physical, we have muscle, we have fat, we also have water in our bodies, even in our brain.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much. Who stole my body? Now I am gaining so much information. Somebody saying she does have skips of her monthly flow. Thank you, Lady Funke. She said it's like it's not your body, it feels strange. Lady Bani
Mm,
said thank you for the wisdom. Oh wow. Imagine. Imagine. Thank you. You see, women, please, we have to educate ourselves. We really have to educate ourselves, and that's why I have this fantastic woman here. Now, Lady Yinka, a lot of people are married, and even those who are about to still go into relationship, because when it comes to love, age is just a number. So, for those who have their husbands, you hear some married, some people say, oh, my husband doesn't understand that the moment I'm going through menopause, they just don't understand. Oh, that's when they abandon me. That's when they leave me.
mm,
What advice can you give to the men on gaining understanding and also being patient?
mm,
What
mm.
advice can you give?
Well, similar to women, men should get education as well. They need to understand what the women in their lives are going through, because in understanding, you're able to help. See, I was thinking about this some time ago, and I also thought about it again today. Is, when we used to hear the case, oh yeah, she always has a headache. She always has a headache. Oh, she doesn't want to get intimate in the bedroom. But if yes, I didn't mention fatigue, which is one of the one of the common symptoms that women go through. Because when you're tired, the last thing is intimacy on your mind. So therefore, if our men understand about menopause, what their women are going through, that is only for a season, and help, be sympathetic, empathetic, empathize with your woman, help. As women, maybe you've had children, and some women have had, difficult pregnancies. Their husband have been able to, maybe bring up a cup of tea to them, help them with the chores, and just being there to listen to them. This, a lot is going on, in a woman's body through menopause. So if our men are educated, then they'll be able to help their women better. Yes, and men can come onto our masterclass. In fact, we're planning a masterclass just for men, so they understand what women are going through and be able to support them through this stage. So it's not that the woman doesn't want to get intimate. She's tired. She's going through menopause. She doesn't even, and sometimes you don't even know what is going on with your body yourself. So that's what, yeah, just be supportive, support, and get education.
Wow. 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 So men, oh please. Um you have to take heed, pay heed to this and support. If that's, in fact, the relationship is for thick and thin. So
That's
when that woman is going through her menopause, sometimes that's a thin situation. It can be because the mood swings, everything. That's not the
Mhm.
time for the woman to be abandoned.
Yes,
It's for them
yes.
to have that support as well. See them through it. This Inka, there is something else you said about the dryness, vagina dryness.
Mm. You want me to
Somebody,
talk about that?
yes, can some women don't know what to do when it comes to that. How, things like lubricant, because there is a way when the woman is going through that. Some people, even in their menopause stage, some people are still sexually active.
Hmm.
Not
Hmm.
everybody suffers some of the thing, but for those women who are really having the challenge of the vaginal dryness, what can you advise?
Okay. Well, with vagina dryness, I mean, we can blame the decreasing estrogen, which is one of the things that keeps the cervical mucus there and keeping the vagina lubricated. So some of the things we can do first, you can speak to your healthcare provider. There's some water-based lubricant that women can apply in the vagina area. Even things like your coconut oil, not putting it up your vagina itself, but around the vulva area, so that can also can help lubricate the vagina itself. And even our Kegel exercises, the pelvic floor exercises, they're also good to help strengthening the vagina area. I mean, it sounds like exercise and dryness, but yes, that can also help, because what exercise does, it helps with the blood circulation. So you want to get blood circulating around to that area so that it's not too dry and not itchy, because this is some of the symptoms that women go when they have vagina dryness. There's a itchiness, there's a burning, and of course there can be pain during sex. And if you're having pain during sex, you don't want to engage in intimacy. So this is some of the things we can do. And also, I mean, one of the things I haven't mentioned is about our diet. You want to make sure you eat a good diet that's rich in magnesium. We're talking about dark green vegetables, omega 3, 6, and 9, which you can get in your nuts, your seeds, your flax seeds. Including those in our diet can also help with giving us a natural phytoestrogen. Again, if we're having that in our diet, that can help with some of the symptoms that women go through in menopause. And this is not just about, okay, this, I will do this to menopause and then abandon it. What you find out is, like, when you embrace a healthy lifestyle, incorporating these strategies, it becomes a part of you. And then up to, post menopause, you're still possibly adapting some of the exercise and the things that you do, but you're finding that you're healthier, for longer.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lady Yinka. Um, you do some activities. I wanted to say, just before I go to the activities, I wanted to say, you know, I know you said something earlier about why you decided to help women. You're very passionate about this, and I can see how fit and how beautiful you are looking
Thank you.
at the moment. So you do some activities. There are some things that you do to help with this. I'm sure some of our viewers, will like to know some of the
Mm,
things that you do. So
mhm.
kindly please take us through them.
Okay. Right. I think first we were asking me, why do I do what I do?
Yeah, your
Um,
passion. Very
but,
good.
you know, apart from my own personal story, is the fact that, as women hold the society. I mean, yes, we have the men, but if a woman is well, then the family is well, then the community is well. And as women going through menopause, like I always say, menopause is a new beginning. I termed this menostat. There are a lot of things, the businesses are starting in women for women after the age of 50. So it's a new beginning. So what we want to make sure, or why I do this, is to help women to be healthy through menopause and beyond. Because I mean, retirement age is what, 66 or thereabouts. So if you're in menopause from age 51, you still have like 15 good years to, to produce, and even more. I'm not saying we're only going to get to 66 and then stop, but work wise. So there's all that, decade of experience which somebody that's just coming fresh out of university don't have. So
Wow.
if women are well through menopause, then employers are not going to lose the experience that women that have been there up, I mean, up to 50 and going on upwards. And as a matter of fact, statistics, in our working in the UK at least, this age group, this particular demographic of women, make a big chunk of the employment sector in pretty much in all the industry. So we don't want to lose that. Women still have a lot to contribute. So that's the passion that drives me to, if women are healthy, then like I said, the family is healthy, the community is healthy, workplace is healthy, and in fact, the whole country and the world is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the things that we do, like is on menopause, we do a masterclass on menopause. Um, Another thing that's coming up in September is coaching, one-to-one coaching, which is going to last for about 12 weeks. So there's a lot of things on that. So we have fitness. So the third thing I do is the online live fitness classes. It's about 5 a.m. in the morning, which is specifically for women. That's for half an hour. So we do that Monday to Friday. We also do juicing workshops. We do all the workshops where we talk, not apart from juicing and menopause, or really talk about healthy lifestyle. Looking at, and many of these things are simple. Simple. It's just understanding why we need to do them, which helps us to keep, to do them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we also, one-to-one healthy lifestyle consultation that we talk through, and a lot of time it reviews a lot of things, like, you find out, oh, I thought I was drinking enough water. Oh, so no, I'm not. So I need to up my water. So it's just really personalizing it and helping people make that decision that what they want to do going forward with maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Wow. So I can see this next event that's coming up. It's gonna be in September.
That's the masterclass for the menopause.
So this is online. Yeah. If people want to
Yes,
join,
it's online.
they can join online. If you would like to join this room, as you can see, fitness is actually so beneficial. It really, really helps. And obviously, with the things that we put, it's all part of it, the things that we put inside of us. So she will be organizing this online. So for many of us, we just need the commitment.
That's right.
That's what we need. We need that commitment. Please do look at the details and do not hesitate to contact Lady Inka if you have any needs. Do not hesitate to contact her. The details are all there. It's happening online. It's happening online. Do not hesitate to contact her. So, what else do you do?
Well, apart from the exercise and the master class and
Yes.
the talks, yes, one of the things I do, giving live talks to a group of women, and even like I said, men can come onto the master class. So we're looking at, we're
I can
looking
see
at
the cute feet there.
yes, that was a group one. I thought that was organized a few months ago. And interesting enough, a few of the women there, were not exercising, but after that class, say, oh, I exercise now, I go for walks. So it's really, sowing the seeds and letting people continue, really, because we are built for movement. We need to exercise. We need to exercise. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the gym. It doesn't have to be anything, hard. But even going out for walks, find a time, commit to it, and do it. Just like Nike will say, just do it. And it
Just
becomes a
do it.
habit. It becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exercise is really a key factor to helping. Because just the fact that it's a natural thing, and also it helps your mind, whatever you're doing, if you're
Oh, yeah.
walking, if it's a little
Yeah.
jog. It's not, I don't think it's anything that we have to pressure ourselves about, isn't it?
No, no. And exercise, like I said, it's natural, it's great, it's free. Like I've talked about the walking. Now, one of the things exercise does, in our bodies, we have, different eliminations organs. We have the skin, we have the kidney, and we have one which is the lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system is actually dependent on movement to be able to get toxins out of our bodies. So if we're not moving as we should, then guess what? Those toxins are sitting in the body. And when and when you think about it, what is disease? Disease is toxicity and deficiency of nutrients. So if we can help our bodies through exercise, then we're helping the lymphatic system and our body as a whole to get rid of toxins and free the body of garbage. And that's one of the ways we can free the body of garbage. And exercise, he's got, I mean, there's so many benefits to exercise. You mentioned about mental health. You get clarity with the toxins. You're sweating, your body is getting rid of garbage. Exercise, even with the joints, with the muscles, with the bones, is keeping us stronger. As
Mm-hmm.
women, as we're getting older, we lose elasticity. Our bones as well, we tend to lose bone mass as in fact after age 20 we start to lose bone mass. So to help the bones to keep strong, we need to exercise. So things like, like I said, walking, your aerobics class, your heat, just make sure the way you structure it, you're not doing too much of a particular one, especially like, doing like maybe doing 40 minutes of heat, five days, 6 days in a week. That's a lot. That tax the body. Because as women going through menopause as well, if you're doing too much exercise, that can exacerbate your hot flushes and night sweats, because that the body also sees that as, oh, this is stress, because you're giving the body a lot. So there's got to be balance in everything that we do, not too little and not too much.
Wow, thank you very much for that. Wow, who stole my body? I guess by the end of this, we will not be complaining
We know
about
who
our
stole it.
bodies being stolen.
We're
So
taking it
maybe
back.
take your body back. I know some people joining us are not in this location, but wherever you are, if your time is convenient, to join into the Zoom, you can. You can contact Lady Yinka. She's online, she's on Facebook. Lady Yinka, I just wanted us to talk briefly about something else that you do, the juicing.
Oh, the juicing, right. For me, I see juicing as a means to an end. Um, because it's found, I mean, with the, what I was going to say, your statistics, yes, that as much as the minimum that's been recommended to us to be 5 a day, only about 1 in 4 adults are reported to have 5 a day. So what about the other three? So I see juicing as a means to an end. So if you can't eat it, then juice it. Now, people will argue, oh, what about the sugar? Well, this is where you don't just juice fruit. You want to make sure you have more of your vegetables, and then you could add a fruit to it. So there's even with the smoothie, it's just making sure we're getting those life nutrients and enzymes into the body, which are some of the things that we also need, not only in menopause, but to help the body to function. It's like you have a car and you're not looking after it, it's going to break down one day. So fruit is not just about, oh, you're eating fruit just only because you can't eat because you're unwell. No, the body needs those life nutrients, because by the time we have cooked our food, many of the nutrients, they're gone. So if you want to make sure what you're eating is live, you're eating about at least 80% of your food should be plant based. Should be plant based. So
Wow.
juicing helps with getting the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables into us, and it also helps when you have, I mean, I think, and especially going through menopause as well. I mentioned about digestive symptoms, where you're having bloating. There's a lot more women with irritable bowel syndromes now because, again, we're going through menopause, and also because of our lifestyle. So one of the ways we can help, the digestive system is sometimes giving it a rest and having some juices instead of having, cooked food or, solid food. So that's just two advantages of juicing. And like I said, one of my main reasons for juicing and teaching juicing is to get people to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Wow, thank you so much. I think that's an area of challenge
Mm,
for a lot of us.
mm, mm.
When it comes to even our 5 a day, most people don't even do one a day.
Yeah.
And like she's saying, all of those things are beneficial for us. And I think juicing is beginning to become a bit trendy now.
Oh
And
yes. Oh
I
yes.
think everybody has seen the need, and
Mm.
you know the appearance of COVID, everybody's beginning to see the need to for us to be health aware,
Yes.
and also to manage, because these are all natural things as well that
That's
we can
right.
use to manage, to manage the issues that we go through. I just wanted to read some comments. Someone said they have gone through a major surgery before the removal of their uterus and one
Mm.
ovaries, so she can experience what you're talking about, because some people really do have it very badly. Some people say they've not experienced anything, and you're thinking, what is wrong with me? You know. And somebody said, "Thank you very much for this knowledge." And somebody was supporting when you were talking about healthy eating, and somebody else said, "My husband embraced it after I had struggled to tell him of my
Wow.
suspicion." So the person suspected that they are going through menopause,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
obviously they told. And again, we really want to pray for the men to
Mm.
understand. Don't just dash the woman when the woman is having this
Yeah.
conversation. Men, please be
Yeah.
aware. You know,
Mm.
somebody said they thank God for okay. The person said she thanked God how her husband, after his knowledge and understanding,
Awesome.
the husband encouraged her as she was dealing with it. So maybe some of us women too, we don't say anything. We just say to them, "Oh, it's not your business. Just let me be." But we
Yeah.
have to explain to
Yeah.
them, you
Awesome.
know.
Awesome.
So coming back to this juicing,
Mm-hmm.
people can juice anything, isn't it? When I say anything, at least when it comes to the
What can you juice?
yes, what can you juice? Because some people don't even know what to juice.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about the issue of menopause, and just a quick recipe I could share is because with menopause, yes, we're getting older. Let's admit it. And so it's not just about the outside, also the inside. So one of the things that tend to happen is that our blood vessels also is shrinking, so to speak. So one of the things, or one of the juices that we can be having, is to juice things like your beetroot, your celery. So they're good, good dilation. I was gonna say material, but they're good for our blood vessels, right? So a simple recipe could be, one beetroot with like two stalks of celery. You can add a half a lime or lemon into that. You can add your greens to that. Just experiment with that. But what you want to make sure you're doing is not having. So all of that I mentioned now, they're pretty much vegetables. So I haven't even mentioned any fruits with that. So with beetroot, I know sometimes when you juice the whole thing, I mean you cut off the stem. And the beauty of beetroot is you can actually juice the green and the stalk and everything together. Just cut off the roots that you get from there, and you can juice that. So, but some people find it tastes quite earthy. So in that case, you can just peel off the skin and juice every other bit of it. So that's juice every other bit of it. So with the juicing, less of the fruit, but more of the vegetables. So, like I said, having more magnesium kind of rich foods, which you get in your dark green vegetables. So you can juice your kale, your spinach, even your broccoli stalk, your celery, and to sweeten that, you can have a green apple, which is one thing that you can do with that, and just have a lemon, or even like an inch or thereabouts of ginger.
Hmm.
Experiment. And there are loads of recipes. We have a program on our website, which we uh, do. It's meant to be a monthly challenge. So we start like first every first Monday of the month. But I mean, you can go ahead and purchase that, and you can start any day you want. So it just gives you, well, what is juicing, why you should juice, what are some of the benefits of juicing, and some of the things you can juice. So yeah, so juice power. Why not? Powered by nature. Love juicing.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much for that. I was just going to ask, how can people contact you? At least let it come from yourself. How can people contact you? Let me just go back to my slide.
Okay.
See. So
I think
how can you be
this was the
contacted
one
if people want some
before that.
advice? Yeah, I think it's this.
No, oh, this one, yes, yes. So yeah, so that's our website there. That's www.juicyfeet.co.uk, and the number is up there. We're also on Instagram and Facebook as Juicy Feet, so people can contact us that way as well.
So is it in okay, the website will be
Yeah,
www.juicyfeet.co.uk.
.co.uk. Mm-hmm.
www at juicyfeet.co.uk. So please, you are on Facebook, not so.
Yeah, just on Facebook as Juicy Feet and
Yeah.
Instagram as Juicy Feet.
She's on Facebook as Juicy Feet and also on Instagram as Juicy Feet. And her personal Facebook page is Yinka um Omishore. Yeah, did I get it right? So
Yes, you
please,
did.
her telephone number is all there. You can contact her. Remember to join in on the online event that's coming up. Please do remember to join in. Let me just put that up again. You know what? Some of those things, some of us go and pay expensively for all these things and we don't even follow. This is just a simplistic thing put together. There's no pressure to
Mm-hmm.
gain or to attain anything, but it's just walking at your own pace. I remember we met at an event and we done like a 30 minutes exercise with Lady Yinka, and we enjoyed it. It's not anything. In fact, she didn't have to pressure us. Oh, if you didn't do 5 jumps, this is nothing. It was enjoyable, and the good thing is, you're doing it alongside with other people, and it keeps you motivated. And it's online. You don't have to leave home, but just if you want to practice that and you're really struggling, I have my own bits that I'm dealing with. Lady Inka, just before we go to this, one of the things that somebody wanted to ask,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the excessive bleeding,
Mm-hmm.
that do some people encounter that as well as a result of the menopause approaching or coming to an end?
Yeah, when it gets heavier than normal.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But however, I'm gonna say, if it's becoming more like it's heavy this month and it's heavy next month and it's heavy next month, then please do seek medical advice. But if you know, usually what tends to happen is, it can be very heavy, and then, or it can be very light the following month, or you can have, nothing for a couple of months, and then it sudden comes, ooh, like somebody let loose the river. So yes,
Mm.
that can happen. That can happen.
Wow, thank you so much. So viewers, I just wanted to show you this again. Who stole my body? So Lady Yinka, what that is happening in September?
A Sunday, September 18th at 6 p.m. and is on Zoom.
Okay,
There's
so
masterclass
please,
just to learn about menopause. Some of the symptoms I've talked about. We will go a little bit into why we're getting those symptoms and touch on some of the lifestyle strategies that we can use.
thank you so much. So viewers, remember you can go and register online, and that's a Zoom ID. She is loaded. Trust me, she is loaded. This time here is not enough for us to discuss the way she does her presentation. You will be equipped and you will not have to stress about those body changes. It's just about learning how to manage those changes. Wow. So go on. I will make sure I put the flyer as well on my wall. Thank you, Minister Carol. She said very useful tips. I'll make sure I put the information on the flyer on my wall. Ladies, if you've not gone to your GP, you are still advisable to go to your GP, but most of the times they will tell you to come and manage as well, unless something is really extreme with you, and they will prescribe, further measures. But to put our minds at rest, so we understand what's happening with our bodies. Somebody has taken their own time. It's their passion to help other women. So please do feel free to join in on the Zoom. It does not cost us much. There will be some fee, but I've been on there. It does not cost much. So just go on and register. You told me that, Pastor Floris, well done for that information. And, like we said, knowledge is powerful. We want to gain knowledge. It's going to help us. What's the last thing you want to say to our women out there, to our viewers out there, to those aunties, mothers, sisters, friends?
Well, all I'm going to say is remember, this too shall pass, and menopause is a new beginning. So, ladies, come on now. Let's start afresh.
Oh, this too shall pass. I can't wait. Be encouraged, ladies. This too shall pass. It's all about knowing, being aware, and managing it until it comes to an end. One
Mhm.
last time, the flyer is there, 18th of September at 6 p.m. Make time to join on the Zoom. Thank you so much, Lady Yinka, for your time today, just for joining us and equipping us, ladies, on this platform. Please feel free to share this, and just share it to your WhatsApp. This is Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. Please remember to share. We are on Facebook, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. Follow our Facebook page. So many information and other creative and awareness educative shows on there. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us there. But I wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today, myself and Lady Yinka. Thank you so much for joining, and I really appreciate you, viewers. Please give us some thumbs up, give us some feedback if this has been useful. Like I said, this is just the icing on the cake. Oh, come to that Zoom. You are coming to a proper school of understanding your body, school of menopause. No, trust me, I've been on once, and I can tell you, thank you, Mr. Carol. She said useful tips. Thank you so much, and Lady Yinka, for joining us. I really do appreciate, and I believe by the grace of God we will have many more sessions. You know, maybe intimate sessions, because we have some people that are just free um
Mm.
to talk. Yeah, someone said, God bless you both for giving this life saving information. Thank you
Mhm.
so much.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Well done.
Yeah,
Always
thank you.
well presented. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you for joining us today. I pray that you have a blessed week. Women, let's look after ourselves. Seek knowledge. Knowledge is powerful. Have a blessed week. May the Lord go ahead of us all and have a blessed week. Thank you once again. You can always go back and watch this program. Thank you once again. God bless you. Bye bye.